Hello, my beautiful souls. The Awakened Dreamer here to give you your daily tarot reading for Monday, May 16th, 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. And do keep in mind this is general for the day for all 12 signs. So just take what resonates and leave the rest. But as well, thank you in advance for your love and support, your likes, comments, and of course, subscriptions to this lovely channel if you haven't done so already. Bear with my lack of energy and lack of voice. Been overworking myself. But anyways, what are we going to do here? We're going to pull from the Energy Oracle deck for each quarter of the day. One card or maybe two for each, whatever we get. And then we'll further speak upon and clarify with the small everyday tarot. So let's do some shuffling. I just heard a Monday to be you. A Monday to be you. Be true to who you are, and therefore, excuse me, you will shine and impress all the meanwhile. You will succeed. For Monday to begin for Monday. Okay. First up, we have contract for the first quarter. What else do we have? Alrighty. And we have 3. We're actually just gonna, I think it's more important to see the bottom part of each card than the number. And we're gonna pull the last one from the top. Okay, perfect. So we have all 4 quarters. An underlining focus on our individual journey. Okay, are we enjoying it to the fullest extent? I feel like more so these days recently, in comparison to if you were to rewind a bit. But I do feel like you're pushed to recognize there's more to experience moving forward. There's a sense of the universe giving us a choice of which direction to head in moving forward, having a pretty good idea for some, and others just more so in the contemplating stages, or stage rather. But I feel as if there's a kind of a hermit mode card message coming through with this as well, with the light here. It's getting kind of the lantern in the hermit card, where you know, you're pushed to recognize you're lighting the way for yourself with the guidance of spirit and the universe backing you up. But I just feel as if there's an underlying focus on your individual journey, and I was pushed to do that for one reason or another, and loving it all the meanwhile, regardless of your gender. Okay, so we're beginning the first quarter of the day for this Monday with contract. What you're committed to will succeed. What you're committed to feels natural. Okay, it could be a project, business, hobby. It could be a legit contract, but it feels more so career oriented. But let's pull some tarot for this. Balance yourself out, as I feel like you've been doing a lot recently. Okay, however that works out in your situation. Contract. 6 of Cups. Okay, thinking back to past commitments as well. You could find that people are just complimenting you, giving you praise, gifting you in regards to something you're committed to. But you could definitely be thinking back to past commitments and how it's all led up to where you are, how it's benefiting what you're committed to these days. You could be a little bit stressed for whatever reason underneath it all with the 5 of Swords. But I feel the need to pull one more. For whatever reason, I'm hearing you are going to get to where you need to be, or where you want to be. Okay, could definitely be the same place. It feels like you are recognizing that your commitments at this time are very much well placed, right? Purposeful. And I feel like there's hope in regards to future endeavors, future goals. What you feel intuitively guided to charge after, what feels like a commitment as far as a goal goes. Okay, hope that was put accurately. But just there's a vibe of, even if you feel a little bit blinded to what lies ahead, or just the amount of success you have on the horizon because of all the ups and downs, or back and forth and progression up until this point, depending on your situation. There's a push to just do what you got to do. Okay, it will be successful. Door to Spirit. Okay, there's an opportunity to feel extra connected to spirit at this point in the day, and that will benefit you in regards to a door opening moving forward as far as a financial investment goes. It could be another contract, but I feel as if for someone it is a job, excuse me. They're saying the majority of which actually is something you would spend your money on. But bear with me as I struggle. Don't be surprised if you struggle a little bit throughout this day as well, but in certain ways you are on point. Very accurate, I feel the need to say. With the Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor, it just feels like with this connection to spirit, I feel like they're making something quite clear, communicating something, pushing you towards a new door opening. In all the meanwhile, you're creating, developing, planning for a future golden door to open for oneself, as you are very money focused, very career focused at this point in the day, if not the whole day in general. Okay, that feels very much the first half of the day focus. But we're moving on to, they just say keep the hope alive as I look at that dove. We're moving on to the second half of the day, the third quarter, where we have all tied up. And as I clear my throat, that moment that I just had as I picked up the card, more than purposeful, okay? To sort of express the feeling, the frustration, or just the lack of patience is what I'm getting for a situation that you feel all tied up in, even if it's temporary at this time. It feels as if it's just somewhat limiting, right? And all the meanwhile, you're trying to go through a balancing act, and there's certain factors outside of you that are not so lovely. Okay, let's just put it that way. You may feel as if you just intuitively know you have two options to weigh out and choose between moving forward out of in order to replace the situation. Does that make sense? For some, this could all just be very much tied in, or at least the door to spirit and replacing this restricting situation. But all the meanwhile, I feel like you're putting in work, okay? It just feels like a very accomplishing kind of day, a very task oriented kind of Monday. Naturally starting off the week and just setting the tone of productivity for the following days. But with the King of Wands, there's a level of confidence about you in this third quarter where you are very passionate, okay? It's like nothing can put out that fire within, but you may feel a little bit feisty or just a little bit irritated, potentially overtired, adding to it all at this point in the day. You could find that this all tied up situation is a contract, like a lease or a mortgage or something of the sort, where it has an endpoint for some, but for others you need to manifest or just create that ending, okay? To accept something that leaves you limited and tied up permanently in your life is to accept that you don't deserve better, and we know that you do. But with the Eight of Wands, I feel as if a lot of communication is taking place. It could feel like a very fast-paced part of this Monday, even if the rest didn't, okay? Some of which it could feel like the whole day is just zooming by, right? They just kind of made me feel as if everything was moving fast around you while you were just moving at your own comfortable pace, okay? Healer of the Ages to finish up the day. For some of you, this is your energy healing other people, but at the very least, the end of this Monday serves as an opportunity to heal from what took place throughout this day, what you accomplished, given it might have been a bit taxing. At the very least, the previous days, okay, what you accomplished then and what you went through. Some of the annoyances is what I'm getting. Temperance, okay. You may need to have a little bit of patience at the end of the day in regards to certain energies around you. Obstacles, it may be definitely, they keep doing that to me. It could definitely be the same situation where you're all tied up, right? The second half of the day in general might be spent in one situation, at home, you name it. It's going to differ from case to case, but I feel as if you need to just have a bit of patience, okay? As well when it comes to your healing, as that isn't always the easiest process, or just, it may feel like you don't have enough time per se, even though you were given more than you actually took for some, to do the necessary amount of healing, okay? I feel as if this is a good chance to get to bed early, okay, for some, if you haven't had that opportunity recently. What else do we have for Healer of the Ages? Okay, we have the Moon and the King of Pentacles. So a second King coming out. All right, thinking about your money. As I said that really weird. Thinking about your money. The fruits of your labor, as well as I look at all these grapes up here and feeling a bit emotional. Okay. For whatever reason, it could definitely be because you're tired. It could be because of what you've been dealing with. It could be because you feel somewhat restricted within a situation, but it feels like there's just a lot of hope in the air all the meanwhile. And you're going to be reminded of this door to spirit opening, the connection, the protection, and how it's going to benefit you moving forward. Okay. There's a push to recognize that you are better than some or one person that you can't get out of your mind that isn't even close to where you're at along your path, right? It feels like someone who annoys you or just is frustrating in certain ways. Don't be surprised when that person is stuck in your mind or just crosses your mind throughout this last part of the day. There's something to learn, okay, out of preparation for the past. I feel as if you're gaining levels of recognition, reward at the end of the day, and that helps with your healing. It's just one of those moments where you're like, okay, it's all worth it. It's all worth it. Okay, they're saying count your money because I feel like you'll be either surprised that you have more than you thought, or it'll just remind you to keep moving forward. Okay, but again, this is a day that's very productive and just reminds you that you're doing what you're doing for a reason, and to take those moments to heal when you can, but stick to the promises that you've made for yourself, the commitment to your goals, and the contracts that you have with yourself at this time. For some, it's a contract with spirit per se. But either way, just move forward with confidence and allow yourself to recognize that this is a day that is leading to even more success in the upcoming days. So start this week with a bang, okay? So I hope this was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Go have yourself an amazing Monday, and I'll see you next time. Bye.